Can you hear me now? I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. Um, I don't know if I just switched over to my phone. I've been like struggling with this as far as the live stream thing goes. The laptop wasn't happening. It seemed like the video side was pretty good, but the audio was not there. So, is this working? I guess I got some people saying there's sound, which is good. Give me a heck yeah if I got sound on this thing. So I'm really just trying to figure out if I can do this live stream thing. I feel like it's gonna be good. Um, it's gotta be good. I feel like I got enough stuff going on in the shop that some of it I'm not gonna throw into videos all the time, but I'm always busy and I'm always hustling out here. And it seems like if I can do a live stream now and then, even if it's just something like welding up exhaust on Butter Jeep, and I'm sitting here TIG welding on some exhaust and figuring it out as I go, but you guys are able to watch it. It seems like that would be the way to go about it. Um, let's see. I'm gonna read some of these comments. You can do it. Takes time to set up your stuff. Yeah, I was trying to do a test run on the laptop, and I had it unlisted for a little while, and I don't know if it was working or not. And then I went and hit public, and it was like people just freaking jumped on there like crazy. It was wild style. I couldn't believe it. I think there was 200 people watching at one point. So soon as I like got all these people on there and it hit live, and I wasn't like it was on public, then my mic shut off on the go or on the laptop. So it was kind of a bummer. I can't believe how many people are watching this stuff. It totally blows me away. I'm stoked on it. Um, but I've got to figure out a couple more things on the laptop. I really want to figure out how to like set up the laptop. I want to have the like laptop set up over here like this. I was gonna be able to like have my welding table and be working on stuff and talk about what we're doing, butter Jeep up in the air and all this stuff. So um, I feel like it's probably a good thing if I can get the live to work with the laptop. I need to get a Wi-Fi extender out here in the shop. It's all like even when I was doing Zoom meetings and stuff all the time, I could do it from the window over by the door over there, but it wouldn't work over here. So I got to get some sort of Wi-Fi extender set up. You guys all know this. I am the worst technology guy ever. I have like been breaking electronics since I was a little kid. Working electronics since I was a little kid. I got some sort of or something screwed up with me. And now I'm a grown up and I'm supposed to be doing electronics for a dang living. I can't handle this. Um, anywho, I'm gonna figure this out. I'll get the shop set up with a little bit better Wi-Fi, and I will get the computer out here. We'll probably do some actual live streams, and I'll get my act together a little better. Thing I read more of the comments. If you ever want to get a hold of me, I read more of the comments on YouTube and on my Instagram than anywhere. If you want to like get a hold of me and you can't reach me through some email or something, just comment repeatedly and I will get back to you. I've been pretty good about that, like especially the Instagram stuff. It seems like I see comments. So if I post about like a Dodge D50 and you're all wanting to talk to me about IP addresses and mute buttons on your laptop, put it in Instagram comments and I guarantee you I'll see it. And then maybe we can like DM and figure out how to fix all this stuff. Let me read some comments here since we're here. It's what I do. It's what you do. Make it right. You're right, Daniel. I do need to get better at all this stuff because it's my dang job. and I probably should get better at it. Thank you, Rusted Wrench. I'm trying really hard to reply to as many of these comments on YouTube as possible because I feel like it's pretty important. I know a lot of, well, here's the thing. I watched some video a while back about some lady farmer, and she was like, I get so many views that I can only answer for the first 30 minutes. And then I was like, that's crap, because these people are here to watch you. You probably need to like try to respond to as many of them as you can. So, yeah, I'm trying to respond as often as possible. I spend way too much time on my phone responding, but I totally enjoy it. This is the YouTube thing's been about my favorite. It's been about my favorite job I've had in a while, so I'm stoked with it. So hang on a second. I'll be right back. I was out here having a beer with my buddy Mark, trying to figure out the YouTube stuff, and then it all went haywire. So, cheers to Friday night in the shop. Yeah. Anyways, how many of you guys are going to King of the Hammers? I am going to try to be out there. I was trying to drive this down there, but there's been a crazy slew of new events and projects and stuff that are leading me to actually drive down to California with an empty trailer. So it should be fun, like going to King of the Hammers, but I'm not going to have a rock crawling rig because A, this thing's still on the lift with a ton of work to get done. That's why, oh, check this out. So today's video, the D50, I filmed and edited that whole thing yesterday. And the reason is because I've been working on this thing for like a week solid, and or probably 2 weeks now, trying to get this engine swap done. It's not done yet. I'm waiting on some parts, so I had to like bust out a quick video so that there was something on the channel today, Friday at 2 o'clock Pacific. But I didn't want to like do another drag out, just a little small video on the Jeep. I want this thing to be legit. So Jeep parts are rolling in. Jeep work is happening like crazy. I had to do the D50 stuff real quick just to make a video for today. Hope you like it. I hope it didn't suck too bad. I think it's going to be totally fine. And the D50 totally needed a little bit of help. So that one's going to be good. I've got some work happening on it right now that I'm not filming. A little bit of epoxy repair going on the D50 grill. This thing is like so fragile that it's totally frustrating, but trying to fix this thing up so that it's not a floppy mess. Got a little Toyota 8788 Toyota chrome bumper to try and figure out how to make fit on here, because the factory one is junk and the 86 bumper that I picked up is also junk. So I figured I could get a Toyota bumper easy enough. I could get a Toyota. All right. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, the collaboration with hang on, I got another trick. We're gonna get back by the Wi-Fi door, but to where maybe the Wi-Fi reaches out here. Here we go. Are we back? I'm gonna quit moving around. I'm gonna leave the camera on this light source thing that I got. That's my little super budget tripod. And we're just gonna hang out here on the tailgate of the D50 and have a beer because it seems like the Wi-Fi is working right now. When am I buying a Land Rover? Probably never. Oh my gosh. I would love to have an early short wheelbase like Series 1 or 2, but I probably missed the boat on being able to afford one of those. Beer is good. Cheers. Yep, I got my sound going as far as I can tell. It seems like everything's working, and it seems like if I use my phone from this spot, the Wi-Fi window is like right there, and we're getting a decent signal from the house. Build a Scout 2. I would like to build a Scout 80 or an 800 before I build a Scout 2. But even after that, I'd probably build what was it? Not a Traveler. The longer wheelbase Scout 2. I forget what it is. This is ridiculous. Is the image reversed? I don't know. My hat should say Boneyard Beer on it. That's a company out of Bend, Oregon. And they supplied us with beer and hats for a Dirt Every Day a couple of years ago. It was awesome. More full-size comment. You love the channel. Thanks, Matt B. I've got, what do I have for full-size trucks? I really just have the Mom Spaghetti. I do want to build another rig this year, though. If I go out and I buy a rig of some sort, I have plans to do like a vintage SUV, and it's not going to be a rock crawler. I kind of want to build something that's a little more like camping and pre-runner friendly. You know what I mean? Do I watch Puddin' Fab Shop? I don't watch any YouTube really. Any YouTube I do watch, it's almost always like paint tutorials on like custom paint techniques. But I talk to Jacob from Puddin' Fab all the time. He and I text and send pictures and stuff, and seem to be pretty good homies. So at some point, pretty soon, I hope to get out there and work with him. Let's see. Mini truck overlander, nope. Not doing doing a little key truck thing. What's next for the hard body? The hard body is running and driving, and I'm just kind of getting through like the new car blues, figuring out like how low I can drive it. And thanks for the beer money, lost honky. The hard body is I'm just trying to figure this thing out and drive it. I totally roached that whole wiring harness. I don't know if I explained it very good, but when I was body dropping it and I was raising the floor and I was welding underneath, it caught this whole pocket on fire that was had the door buzzer and like one other module back there. It caught that on fire, lit up this whole wiring harness. It like melted all kinds of stuff and shorted out the wiring that goes up to the dome light and the third brake light. That's why all that stuff wasn't working. I need to get in there and fix that. Once that's done, then I need to build grommets for the firewall where the wiring harness comes through where my new wheel tubs are. That way I can drive it, and like when it's raining and stuff, I'm not getting water dripping down the wheel tub, through the firewall, and onto the floor. Once that's all done, then I'm building a big old honking stereo for it because it's going to be awesome, and that thing needs big knock. What else? Love the videos. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you, BB Tech. Would I be interested in partial trade for his Land Rover 88? What would I trade? I don't need any more cars right now. There is a lot of you guys probably know that Motor Trend is like closing down, and all the old hosts from Motor Trend kind of got first right of refusal on vehicles. Since I got fired from Motor Trend like 2.5 years ago, I still got first. I got like 14th right. So I bought some junk cars from Motor Trend. I got to go down to LA and pick up. It should be pretty fun. They'll make for good videos. Want to buy his S10? No, I don't want another S10. But you'll be happy to know that I might be a square body Chevy S10-ish owner here pretty soon. What are the shop dimensions? 40 along that wall and 50 along that wall. So it's a 2,000 square foot shop. And then outside, I have a lean-to, like the roof extends over, that's 10 foot wide by 50. What's up with the Jalopy Jeep? The Jalopy Jeep is down at my buddy Matt's shop right now, waiting to come back into the shop. I don't have room for it right now, but I do have like parts on order and piles of things that are going to be going on to it. I'm not sure that it's a super, like, I kind of blew the budget already just on wheels and tires. It's just going to be a cool little Jeep, and I'll try and keep it as cheap as possible. And my daughter, who just turned 16, like thinks it's hers. So it'll probably end up getting a decent paint job and becoming a decent rig, and hopefully she enjoys it and like gets the bug to be into Jeeps, because I think it'll be really cool. Tell the origin of the pink Sasquatch. I don't even know what you're talking about. This is the best beer drinking video. I agree. 4x4 Mark. That's my homie Mark from down in El Cajon, who's been up here many times to help me work on stuff, and I can't thank him enough. He's one of my closest buddies, and he was just up here helping me with the orange Jeep truck thing. Tell me the origin of the pink Sasquatch. I don't know what you're talking about. Is the AX5 transmission really trash? I don't think that it's trash. Anything that's a Aisin brand transmission is probably pretty good behind whatever it's meant to go behind, and the AX5 should go behind a 4-cylinder and it's probably fine. AX15 behind a 6, and AX15 behind a big old fire-breathing V8 like this Butter Jeep's gonna have should be good to go. Tackett's House of Horsepower. How's Jim? Steven, hi buddy. Jim is good. I just talked to him today a couple times. He was at Pull and Save buying a bunch of junk that he didn't need, and driving around buying things he doesn't need. So everything is good with Jim. What was the first magazine I worked on? I never worked for any magazines, but I used to have a shop, and I did a lot of tech articles and stuff. So probably the first tech articles I ever really did were back when I was like 17, 18, and we were doing like airbag stuff at the chop shop, and it would have been in either Mini Truckin' or Street Trucks magazine. I couldn't tell you which one was first, but back in those days, I actually got my foot in the door for all this mini truck stuff. It wasn't until like, 2009 or 10 that I started getting noticed for doing off-road stuff. That was back when I first started hanging out with Fred Williams. I have not finished the Amazon crawler. I was supposed to go up there and work on it today, but I wasn't able to because I had a kid home sick from school, so I had to play dad and be here for her. Would you ever recommend someone to start their own YouTube channel? Yeah, I think you should definitely start a YouTube channel. It's the Wild West out here in YouTube land. It seems to be like, I just spilled my beer. It seems to be the one place that everybody has an opportunity to like take whatever their craft is and bring it to the next level. So I feel like YouTube definitely has a spot. It is hard to stand out on YouTube though, because there are so many people doing it. It's really just a new form of social media in my opinion, but it's uh, it's social media that gives you an opportunity to like make a living if you really try hard enough, or if you stand out in the crowd enough. What's my day job? I work for a company called Diesel Power Products, and they are a online distributor, kind of like Summit Racing, but for diesel truck parts. And basically, I work for Diesel Power Products, but I just kind of work on the owner's rigs, and I work on like promotional vehicles. So I still go to work and I like basically build trucks, but kind of have always said I'm almost like a personal chef for a rich guy, but I work on trucks instead of make food. Uh, let's see. Rusted Wrench Diesel Power Products built his dad's Jeep. That must have been before I worked there. There's only been a handful of rigs that got built through there, so maybe it was one of the, if it was Blueberry, which was like a turbo JK, that would have been a pretty cool rig. Little Grip, hey dude, I need to come out to your guys' place and play trucks and airbag stuff here pretty soon. Tell your dad I said hi. What was my first car? First car that I got to drive was a '87 Volvo 740 station wagon turbo, and that was my mom's car, and they took it away from me when I tried cutting the springs in it to lower it. So that was my first car. My own first car was an '87 Nissan Sentra, which I slammed and drove like crazy, and had a big bump in stereo and cool interior, and I had it painted at One Day Paint and Body Porsche red, and it was awesome. And I have like no pictures of it. If you have any pictures of my old Sentra, send them in. I think Bob Wilson might be the only guy that has pictures of it. Thanks for the offer for the driveway in Arizona. LOL Earl Scheib. Yeah, it was actually called One Day Paint and Body. It was in Escondido, California, and they painted it in 3 days. But it was only like $350, and it turned out great. Another lucky guy that gets to play with off-road toys. I am stoked to be another lucky guy that gets to play with off-road toys. I can't believe it. I worked the first 2 weeks of this month, so I've been off for a little bit, which is nuts. Like, I'm stoked that I'm able to do all of this stuff for basically a full or part-time job. I mean, it's full-time work, but it's like part-time pay at this point. This guy wants to be more productive in the shop, so now he's scrolling Marketplace for a V8 donor for an Explorer. Just buy a Mountaineer that had a V8 in it. Don't try to turn your Explorer into a V8 Explorer. Will Fred ever move out of California? Dang, Jake. That's harsh. The spot Fred has in California is really, really good. Like, dude has like property and space, and he's in a really cool town that is one of the coolest towns around. So I doubt he's gonna move out of there. California is not as bad as social media makes it out to be. It's actually a pretty cool place, and it's not as dirty as you would think, and it is overcrowded in a lot of places though. So like the big cities in California, they do kind of suck. The little towns in California are awesome. Builder Sessions podcast. It scrolled by too quick. Sorry, dude. I did a Builder Sessions podcast. Here's a funny one. If you're out there, I did a Builder Sessions podcast, and it was the day after I got fired from Motor Trend. I didn't tell them this. They were asking me all these questions about like how things were going, and like I had this schedule set up for a while, and it was tough. I did this podcast, and I was trying to seem upbeat, but it was the day after they canceled Dirt Every Day, so I was just like I was so down in the dumps. So um let's see. Mark, 4x4 Mark again. Oh, oh, Builder Sessions. Yeah, thank you so much. I was trying so hard to be like stoked and be positive and upbeat, but man, that was a rough time. Holy cow. Um, that getting laid off from Dirt Every Day like hit me like a freaking ball of or a wall of bricks. It was crazy. So whatever. We are 2 years later, 2.5 years later, and I feel like life has turned the corner, and I'm crushing enough. Like I'm out here building trucks for myself, way low budget, making stuff happen. It's totally working out. So Dirt Every Day was definitely a great step in my life, but it wasn't the only step. There's been many. Uh, I see you're running out of shop space. It seems like a common problem. Yeah. Here's my thing on shop space. Uh, I used to run a business out of an 1,100 square foot building, and I made a living doing it and worked on customer cars. So if I can't run a YouTube channel out of a 2,000 square foot building, then I'm doing something wrong. So the shop is totally big enough. The problem is me buying too many projects. So yes, I am running out of space, but it's my own fault. If I had a 20,000 square foot shop, I would probably fill it up too, and I would have way too many projects. So I kind of feel like having, hang on, I kind of feel like having a smaller shop and like a little bit of like, I don't, why am I not thinking of the word? You got to have a little bit of restraint. Don't buy too much junk. That's it. Just work on the junk you got. Little Grip was saying something about samurai axles. Whatever it was, I agree. Samurai axles are awesome and they have their place. They just don't have their place in things that have tires that are bigger than like 33 inches. 493 people on here. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe that there's this many people watching on a Friday night. I'm gonna grab another beer. What do you guys call these? You guys call these Coors Originals? Do you call them OGs? Do you call them Buckskins? The youngsters call them Buckskins. I call them OGs. Banquets, yep. Oh man, here we go. All right. One of the comments right there just asked what was my favorite build from Dirt Every Day. And I think my favorite Dirt Every Day was probably the stock rigs on the Rubicon, just because it was awesome and I'm stoked we did it and made it happen. My favorite build was probably the Rad 4, because it was an idea that I didn't know if it would work right or not, and it was kind of a little bit more risky than most of the other builds that we would do on there, and it totally worked. But looking back on it, I had to work on it after the cameras were off for like 2 weeks to make sure that thing was done. So It was a ton of work, but I'm glad I made it happen. Oh, let's see. Which home speakers did you... Oh, I didn't read it fast enough. I'm trying to read these. The phone, it's like they're scrolling by super quick. We need a Dirthead transaxle buggy. I would totally love to do a transaxle buggy. I think if I did it again, I'd do I would start with like a Honda Civic instead of the RAV4. But I don't think I would do just a transaxle buggy, because buggies don't have the personality that like a car does, or something that's not supposed to be good off-road, you know what I mean? They are 16 ounces. That's why they're sitting up top of the koozie so much. I keep sending videos of mini trucks with dancing beds. Will you ever do one? The whole dancing bed thing was a little before my time. When I got into mini trucks, it was all like super clean and super low. The dancing bed scene was kind of like late 80s, and it was more flashy, kind of lowrider style almost, where it was like wire wheels and fender trim, dancing beds, Targa tops, and some of that stuff. So the dancing bed thing I think is cool, but it was a little before my time. And cheers to the guy from Tillamook, Oregon. That's an awesome town. You got great cheese. Yeah, the dancing bed thing is not really my jam. I will probably build a tilt bed mini truck though at some point. I don't know that I'll do like a Z-rack and like a full-blown dancing bed, but I will probably do a tilt bed mini truck at some point and go a little more 80s style than the like mid 90s style that I have that I like my Nissan is, you know. Any plans to get back on the Mustang too? Yes. I'm about ready just to freaking primer the bare metal that's on it and put the window channels and trim back on and just start driving it, because it's a cool car, and I kind of feel like painting it might just be dumb, but it's also behind the Jeep and behind this and the Trooper. I don't know, I could work on that whenever, but the Mustang 2 I definitely want to drive this summer. 4x4 Mark says I need a dump bed as often as I go to the dump, which is true. I go to the dump all the time, but I just go there to recycle stuff. I go to recycle oil and cardboard and scrap steel. Do I have a vehicle that I would never sell? Absolutely not. They all come and go. I don't really want. I kind of feel like the Maz Grande and Mom's Spaghetti are going to be here for a while, and probably the white Nissan. But everything could go. If I'm going to be building cars for another 20 years or whatever, I feel like I probably have to keep selling, because right now, with these cars I'm going to get from Motor Trend, I have like 15, and that's about 10 too many. So something's going to have to get sold this year. If you guys are interested in something, let me know, because like I have ideas on what I want to sell, but I have no idea. I have no idea which ones I want to get rid of or how much I want to try and get from them. What's coming from the Molitor shop, huh? Is that Brian or Alan, my homies from high school? What's coming from... I can't tell you guys what I'm getting from Motor Trend because I need to make rad videos about it. So you'll have to see what's coming. I'll probably actually be posting on like social media next week because I'm going to be down there picking them up here pretty soon. Jose says do a giveaway. Here's the thing about giveaways. I got to figure out the legal side of that. I have friends like Derek and Freiberger that are doing like they're doing the giveaways, like, well, and the guys up at Grindhard. And in order to do a giveaway properly, you have to spend a ton of money up front. So like for me to give away this D50 that's probably worth 3,500 bucks, it would cost me like $12,000. So I got to figure out like how do you balance like the cost that it costs you to give it away legally versus like what, just figure it out. Like, yeah, Freiberger just gave away a 67 Camaro and it sold him a lot of t-shirts. But I don't know that there's enough people that would be like super stoked to like enter a raffle about a D50. You know what I mean? Curtis says he'd give me 3,500 for the D50. Huh. Dang it. Let me see if I can scroll back. Oh, there we go. Do I own any dirt bikes? Little grip. Yeah, I got a dirt bike right over here. I got my 2000 DRZ 400 right there right now. So at the moment, that's my only dirt bike. But I also have I still have my moped. It's a 1976 Motobican 50cc moped or moped. Do I have any merch? Yes, I've got merch. If you go to the dirtheadshed.com, it will take you to my Shopify page. And I've got my OG Dirthead Shed shirts and I've got sweatshirts over there. And if I can talk to my homie that's printing my shirts for me here pretty soon, I should have a new shirt ready in the next week or so that you're going to love, I think. What is the skinniest and tallest tire that I've run? One of my favorite tires is a 255 85 16, and that's like a 33, like 8 16. I ran those on my Land Cruiser. I had a Land Cruiser FJ80 that I ran those on, and they were awesome. And then I also had a Land Cruiser FJ55 that I ran them on, and they just had the right look. I've never run anything really taller than that. I'm excited to try those tires over there, the 33 10 50 15 Mickeys that I got for the cheap Jeep, though. Q78s, that's a good tire. We ran those on that new Bronco that Fred and I turned into a pickup. Do I ever come out to the Midwest? Yeah, I do. I haven't been traveling as much lately because it's all on my dime these days. But yeah, this year I should make it out to the Midwest at least for some mini truck shows, and then possibly my wife is from Southern Michigan, so if I get back there for some family vacation time this summer, that would be rad. What are the Mustang plans? The Mustang plans are basically just paint the thing and put it back together and enjoy it. I do have an 8-inch Ford rear end for it that I got from a Pinto. Right now it's got that like 6.5. So at some point that's gonna get, you can actually see it from here. The red fuel cell in the back of that is just a boat tank. So that thing's gonna go. And I've got a fuel cell from Holly that's gonna go in there. But nothing super major on the Mustang 2. At some point it's gonna be painted and it'll still be a total turd and I will just enjoy driving it. Boat tank, never done that. Oh yeah, you have. Come on, I can tell who you are. Collab with Fred. I would love to. I talk to Fred as often as I can, and I would love to do some videos with him. I don't think he's like super down to travel and hang it out at all right now, which is kind of a bummer because we're both in a situation to where it's like we totally could do videos, but like I can't get down there very often. He can't get up here very often. We're like 1,300 miles apart. So I would love to do more videos with him. At this point, it's just kind of like hanging out on UA, and I go down there for his birthday. I try to go down there every year for his birthday in January. This year I wasn't able to, but I will see him next week in Johnson Valley for King of the Hammers, and we'll hang out a little bit. So he should at least pop in on the channel a little bit, but nothing on the horizon as far as like full blown builds and stuff. Sketchy, unsafe wheeling. Yeah, plenty of that. I've flopped over junk on its side and onto its roof a bunch of times and watched other people flop and crash and roll and get hurt. So yeah, there's plenty of unsafe wheeling out there. Everybody should send Fred a message to bring Clampy to KOH. I agree with you, Mark. It's weird how often I see Mark scrolling through here. Oh, check this out. Hey, are you guys ready for this? Huh? Hold, please. All right, close your eyes and hold out your hands. Check these out. You might have seen these in the latest video, but I went and had like 1,000 of these patches made. I had like 1,000 of these patches made, and my buddy just like sewed a few of them on some hats just for samples. So this is going to be something that should be available pretty soon. I'm just checking out different styles. This is a Richardson 6-panel. Yeah, this is a Richardson 6-panel. This is like the most popular hat in the world right now. And these are pretty good. This is that newer style with that weird stitch across the front. And I actually kind of like it. I've been wearing this one a little bit. It's giant on my little pea head though. But I should have hats coming out here pretty soon. I just gotta I gotta foot the bill and have a bunch of them made and get them put on the website. But pretty stoked about that. Oh, this is a question I get all the time. Do I sell stickers? Hang on. Here is a sticker sheet that I had made. These are, it's like I think they're 4-inch tall stickers, and they're awesome. I just can't figure out how. I'm paying a certain amount for every transaction that goes on the website for like shipping shirts and stuff. And I can't figure out how to sell stickers and have them not just cost me a bunch of money because it costs so much to have the processing done. So I'm working on that. Basically right now, if you order a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, a lot of times we'll just throw in a sticker, but I haven't figured out how to like sell those and mail them out and price them to where it like works out for the shipping and for you guys. So we'll get there though. Let's see. Would love to do a fun collab with some YouTubers. This guy'd buy a shirt for a sticker. That's good. If you buy a shirt, we'll throw a sticker in there for sure. There's plenty of places. There's plenty of other places, but I run all my t-shirts and stuff through an old friend of mine. Like when I had my shop down in California, he's been doing shirts for me for 20 years. So I want to keep running my shirts through him, and then his wife and her company is who's doing the shipping and the processing of all the orders. So they're totally crushing it. I'm really hoping to get them to where they can do like shirt fulfillment and like merchandise fulfillment for more YouTubers and stuff, because it's kind of the wave of the future. If you're in the t-shirt business, it seems like the YouTubers are kind of the guys who are actually getting shirts out to people. So I'm sort of a test dummy. My account is sort of a test dummy to see if they can like try to grow their fulfillment center business. You know what I mean? Uh, my favorite car brand? Uh, Gosh, that's hard. I like weird stuff because I'm a weird dude. So I kind of like Isuzus and Mitsubishis, but I know like a Toyota is a way better vehicle. I also basically I like Toyotas and I like Fords, which is why I have so much just random stuff. It seems like most people that are Ford guys are also Toyota guys. It's just weird how that works. I don't know if you've noticed that before. Oh, something about Payway. Hang on. Yeah, Payway and I are totally pretty close. He's been uh, he's been a friend for quite a while. I hanging out with Payway in 2010 when I went on my first Ultimate Adventure. I did exhaust on the Jeep for the UA rig in 2009, so I think that was probably my first experiences with Payway. And he's had a history like he's a strange cat and some people don't totally like him, and Payway and I get along like brothers. He's a great dude. So yeah. Um yeah, Payway's my homie, I would say. How can people donate to me without people taking a huge cut? I don't know that there's really a way. It seems like the YouTube stuff is good, and if you do the gifts or whatever on here, that helps. Um, the T-shirt stuff probably gets me the most money in my pocket. So if you like, if the T-shirts or the T-shirts and sweatshirts are where it's at. If you wanted to help me out, just order shirts. That's really how it goes. That's how it is with almost all of these YouTube guys. Um, the still got to set up a tip thing. I think I have that set up. It looks like I've had like gifts of like 68 bucks so far on this feed, which is pretty wild. You need more off-road stickers. Yeah, I will. I got to work on that. I'm so busy working on vehicles and like editing videos and trying to get videos out every Friday. I totally just like drop the ball every week on like figuring out new t-shirts and stickers ideas. Yes, you can totally mail me stickers. Hang on, hang on. Since we're here, let me go grab this. Let me cross out this dude's name. And tracking info so that you guys don't track this dude down. I just got something today from a guy named Scott O'Malley, and he sent me something to my PO box. Here's the deal: PO Box 1025, Meade, Washington 99021. If you ever want to send me something, that's where it's at. PO Box 1025, Meade, Washington. Do you want to see what he sent me? I'm sure it's flipped. I'd have no idea how to fix that. I would write it backwards, but I can't. Is it upside down or is it flipped? Is it like backwards? Oh, it's reversed. Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to open this live on YouTube on this Friday. This could be filled with poison or something. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Let's see what he sent me. Oh, it's a bottle opener. And it smells amazing. What does it say? Oh, it says O'Malley. I can't read it because I'm old and I'm blind. But it is from, oh, holy cow, look at the back of that. It's got the Dirthead Shed logo on it. That is awesome. It smells so good. Thank you, Scott O'Malley. The other side has his name on it and it says something on there, but I cannot read it because it's like so hard to read. But anywho, yes, you can send me stuff. This guy messaged me in a comment on social media, and I gave him my PO box address, and apparently he sent me this awesome bottle opener. It smells amazing, and it's got my logo on it. Stoked! Thank you so much, Scott O'Malley. I'm gonna set that over here. Dude, this is fun. Who else is having fun? This is like, I've been on here for almost an hour, and this is my third try at this. We got almost 600 people on here. This is insane. 600 people should be out, like hanging out with buddies at the bar having drinks, but you're hanging out in my shop, probably having drinks. Or you could be out camping. That would be cool too. Or you could be hanging on the couch, hanging with your family, watching the fire, but not really watching TV. So I'm gonna probably. Oh, how's Hazel? Hazel's good. She's a nutcase. That's like living with a wild animal. She's crazy. I feel like she's part deer. Gambler 500. I would love to go do the OG this year, or at least show up for it. Last year was pretty fun. I drove the D50 down and hauled that scooter down for Tate. Can you come tour my shop and drink beer? No. No, only Mark can come up here and tour the shop and drink beer. Somebody sent me $6. Kidding me? Come on now. Thanks so much, Miss Mission Gravity. Thank you. How else do you insure? Oh, how do I have insurance on this? Holy cow, this is a problem right now. My insurance is just a fortune. It went up I pay $480 a month right now for insurance because I insure like everything, and it's ridiculous, and I don't take the time to do a better job. What about throwing beers? Yeah, Scott, you can come up here and have like 100 or 200, but no more. I appreciate this guy, Scott Renner, showed up in a video the other day, and he and his buddy showed up and totally sidetracked me. We didn't get any work done, but we killed a mountain of cans. Watching me try to get the mic worked out was like watching Gramps accidentally hit the, hang on, I'm scrolling back, FaceTime button. Oh geez, it was so bad. But it worked like writing on the box. I was in commenting. It was crazy. There were still hundreds of people watching. It was insane. Left-handed welding and wrenching tips. Just learn to use right-handed tools and use them wrong. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've never used a pair of left-handed scissors, but I use scissors pretty much every day. Charades with Chappelle. That was a good time. I was hoping you were asking me if I liked Daihatsu Charades or Chevy Chevelles. And I was gonna say I like both. I have yet to own a Chevelle though. Next bike video. We'll see. The bike video's tanked. I really enjoyed like getting back on my bike this year though, so there will probably be bike videos, but they might have to be something that's like extra, because I can't, if I'm trying to make a living doing this, I can't like use the bike videos to try and make a living. So it'll have to be something extra, like midweek, like just thrashing on a bike. But they are bound to happen because the snow is about gone and it's about to be mud season. And after that, it's mountain bike season. Ooh, wait, favorite band? Uh, that's Social Distortion. Do I snowboard? Yes. I started out snowboarding when I was in high school, and I still have a snowboard, and I snowboard with my buddies, but I ski with my family. Will I ever build a drag car? Yes, Stephen, I will. I might not have to build it. I might just buy it next week. How's my Bronco? That one always gets asked. I sold it to my buddy John about 3.5, 4 years ago. So I don't have the Bronco, but I could throw a rock and hit it from here if I really needed to. I can't afford to buy it back, even though I would love to buy it back and like keep going with it. But um, that ain't gonna happen because I can't afford it. Best cheap 4x4 that I would buy. Um, the best cheap 4x4 out there used to be the Land Cruiser FJ80, but now they're a fortune. So I don't really know what the best 4x4 cheap thing is, but could be a Geo-Tracker, Suzuki Grand Vitara, Suzuki Sidekick, like that whole like model of vehicle absolutely work amazing in stock form. And if you're willing to solid axle swap one, they get even better. Let's see. Bronco's gone. That's ridiculous. Oh, hang on. Scott is sending me a. Buddy Scott's having a Keystone Light in his shop, watching me have a Coors Original in my shop. That's pretty cool. Do you ever feel like all this social media might have just made the world that much of a smaller place? Like, when was the last time you hung out with 597 of your buddies? It's been a while for me. Would I do a day with Dave? I don't really know what that means, but I would love to do a. I would love to just do like a four-wheeling day and barbecue at like a local off-road area and see how it goes. So if any of you guys are in the like Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene, Spokane area, I would totally do like a four-wheeling day and barbecue or grilling out on a tailgate at 7 Mile if anybody's interested. Hang on, Brown's Camp. Dude, I would love to go there. I haven't been to Brown's Camp since I took the butter Jeep out there and mashed it all up in the crushers. Mark, Little Grip is up because he's not old like you and me. It's only 10:25 at his house, and he's probably still working on lawnmowers and four-wheelers and stuff. Mm. Let me ask you guys something. Are you here? Are you more interested in watching me work on 4x4 stuff or lowrider stuff, or just it doesn't matter and it's all good? I feel like a lot of people like showed up because of my 4x4 history, but are probably getting like this mini truck stuff like shoved down their throat. It looks like there's a bunch of all goods and a bunch of here for the 4x4s. I started out doing mini trucks right out of the gate, and then I went from mini trucks to custom cars. Like I had a chopped 54 Ford that was also channeled, and like it was wild. And then I basically did mini trucks for like the first 4 years of my like automotive history. And then I did like customs for like 10 years. And then I got sick of building all this crazy suspension and having it just sit in a parking lot. So that was kind of when I got into 4x4s. And 4x4s definitely have been the one thing that like propelled me into like being able to make a living out of all of this, and like meeting all these people like Payway and Fred Williams and everybody in the off-road industry. So I feel like I got known the most for the off-road side of things, but like my core was kind of the mini trucks and then the custom cars. So it's kind of hard telling, like, as I was transitioning into this off-road scene or into this YouTube scene, I was like, I'm going to be doing everything I want to do, not just 4x4s. So I wasn't sure if the 4x4 scene was going to be okay with it. But it seems like I'm still doing all of it. It's pretty wild. Like, still enjoying going four-wheeling and doing all that, and like doing this LS swap in the butter Jeep is a total blast, like learning all that stuff pretty late in the game. But getting back to like driving a mini truck every day is so much fun. Hey, Sketch Limo, I'll come re-sign your interior panels at some point in time. I'm sure things wearing out. Mountain bikes and 4x4s, I agree, those are two super cool things. It is crazy to me. Like, I feel like I almost have this whole mini trucking thing like on my shoulders, like trying to bring it back, or show it to a whole new group of people that may have thought it was really lame back in the day. Which kind of it is lame, but at the same point, it's pretty cool to like drive around in something that you built and you did a bunch of work on, whether it's a lifted 4x4 truck or a slam mini truck or a oddball ugly Mustang 2. That one just threw me for a loop. I love that car, and it's the one car that I've hated my whole life. I've always disliked Mustang 2s, and somehow I own one and I love it. It's weird. Any thoughts on a V8 mini truck build? Um, I would totally put a V8 in the D50, but I would probably just put like a small block, like 318 or a 360 or something in it with a carburetor. There's a bunch of guys building mini trucks now where they're doing like these huge, like supercharged LSs and just engines sticking out of the hood. That's not my thing. A mini truck, in my opinion, needs to be clean and low, and the motor needs to be under the hood. And if you have a big old honking burnout car from Australia engine sticking out of the hood, it kind of loses its character a little bit. So if this little 2.6 was to die, I would totally put a V8 in it, but it would be something that was kind of small and mild and sat under the hood, but made a bunch of power. I am going wheeling with Fred next week. That'll be fun. I would love to go wheeling with him more often, but we're 1,300 miles apart. An off-road square body. I would love to. I would love to build like a legit rock crawler square body, like bobbed long bed, like chopped up thing like my buddy Mark's about to build. But I got the Ford version of that, and it's already kind of done and paid for. So I'm going to stick with that for a while, and we'll just keep fine-tuning it and making it better and better. I've got a pile of parts over here on the shelf that should make the Mom Spaghetti truck really good within the next year. Build a skin buggy, yeah, and sell Mom Spaghetti. I'm not opposed to that either. The only problem, we'll talk buggies real quick. Rock buggies are awesome and they're like the most capable things out there, but they seem to lose a little bit of character when it's just tubing and some flat sheet metal. So the guy was telling me to build a skinned buggy, which is, I think, elevated off-road. No, not elevated. Some guy that has a buggy shop just did like dent side Ford skins on a rock buggy, and it looks amazing. It looks like a old school desert racer. Um, I'd totally be down with that, but I don't like trailering stuff. I would prefer to like have something a little more mild that I can drive to work and enjoy than something so wild that I have to trailer it everywhere, because I really don't have time to go trailer rigs and go four-wheeling out of state, you know what I mean? Or 100, yeah, Allied Fab. That's the one. That thing is dope. So good. Look at Allied Fab on Instagram. He just did a buggy chassis. I think it's an old uh, Ultra 4 car that has dead side Ford parts on it. It looks amazing. Tips on building an FJ Cruiser. I couldn't tell you. I think they're neat if you do like a long travel front suspension on them, like a all pro off-road or something like that, and just widen them up a little bit. They just look too narrow if they're stock width. RC rock crawlers, I have a couple of them, but it really never keeps my interest very long. I think they're neat, but it's hard to like get stoked on an RC crawler when I have all this crap in here that I need to work on. This guy's got to go. Thank you, old grumpy codger. It was great seeing you. Have a good weekend. I'll do this again someday, hopefully pretty soon. The lady at YouTube said I need to do these more often, which I think could be pretty fun. I should be getting work done out here, but I'm also enjoying sitting on the tailgate of the old D50. No trooper update. Chris Durham and I, are we close? Yeah, he's my homie. He just sent me a text the other day. He was at lunch on Thursday at his local bar, and he was able to throw the old Dirthead Shed up on the TV on the side and sent me a picture of it. So yeah, I talk with Chris probably once I talk with him probably once every other month, but we text probably every couple weeks. So yeah, he's a good dude. Chris is salt of the earth, you know what I mean? This guy keeps asking about Dodge Raiders. Yes, Dodge Raiders are amazing. It's basically a two-door SUV, just like that Trooper back there. Except if you get a Dodge Raider, you have the option to get a V6 3-liter one, which is a good motor. You have an option for a 4-cylinder one, which should have the 4G FEZ motor, which is also an amazing motor. And rumor on the streets is that if you get a Dodge Raider or a Mitsubishi Montero, you can throw an NP231 from a Jeep in it, because it actually has a normal bolt pattern for the transfer case, and you can get rid of the weird stuff and put like normal transfer cases in it, which you can't do with the Suzu products. So yes, Dodge Raider is awesome. Sam Mance is texting me and saying things are going good. He was helping me in action problems. Sam's an old friend of mine from, 1996. First car club I was ever in. I was washing cars at Saturn back in the day. And Sam was in this car club called Flashpoint. And that was the first car club I was ever in with my little Nissan Sentra. And still a friend today. I haven't seen him in years, but we text back and forth every once in a while, which is cool. And he has always been a little more tech savvy than I. Oh, somebody just asked me if I like early Dodge Dakotas. No. I had a Dodge Dakota. I had the best one you could ever get. I had the crew cab 5.8 liter, whatever, the Magnum V8 crew cab automatic. It was the greatest Dodge Dakota ever made, and I didn't like it. It had no power. It had terrible brakes. It didn't get any gas mileage at all, and it was starting to get really rusty. So I sold it. Sorry. I kind of like the look of the first gen Dodge Dakotas though, when they were boxy and looked kind of like an S10. Ooh, best question yet. Coffee preference. Right there. I see it. Um, dark roast, either French roast or some sort of dark, oily bean. Coffee is my favorite, and a lot of it, mass quantities. Ooh, do a viewers vote build. I like the idea of that. We tried doing that on Dirt Every Day actually once. I had brought up this idea to do basically a build that was kind of like a choose your own adventure thing. And like if you're old like me, we used to have these choose your own adventure books, and you would like check this box and you would go to like this page, or you'd check this box and you go to a different page. Um, so I wanted to do a choose your own adventure build and have it all happen through social media. And it ended up getting just ruined by Motor Trend, uh, like overcomplicating it all. And we ended up doing sort of a choose your own adventure thing, but we ended up building Fred's M715 as an overlander and going to Sand Hollow, which was just a totally random thing, but it ended up being a really fun episode. So I would love to do a choose your own adventure type build on a vehicle here where it's like, do you want to see this truck lifted or lowered? Okay, if you want to see it lifted, do we want to go to Johnson Valley or Sand Hollow? Okay, if you want to go, yeah, you know what I mean. E-Locker versus ARB. I would have said ARB 100 times over, forever and ever, but it seems like the E-Lockers are finally getting sorted out a little bit. I do still prefer an ARB though, because you can absolutely beat on them, and I've very seldom had to like replace an ARB with something stronger. Mark just asked what's up with the Pacer. Let's see if I can turn this around. Is this working? Hang on. There's the Pacer. It's sitting under a cover, and it's awesome. And I need to fix it up and take it on another adventure. Where should I take the Pacer? Hang on. Let me shut my door. I'm letting out all the heat. Oh. The first gen Dakota convertible. That thing was ugly from the factory. Off-road Pacer to Vegas, huh? Take it down and see Colt. That'd be good. How big is the shop? 40 by 50. So it's 2,000 square feet. Would I ever build a 4x4 Mustang? I don't have any interest in building a 4x4 Mustang, but I would totally like to build a like a long travel pre-runner Fox body Mustang. I think that would be awesome. Take the Pacer to an Alice Cooper concert? That would be good. Is he still touring? Oh, the Ranchero, the Ranchota. That was, somebody asked me what one of my favorite builds was before, and the Ranchota is probably a close second or maybe better than the Rad 4. The Ranchota was amazing. Um, it was an 80s Toyota pickup that I put Ford. It was actually Ford Falcon quarter panels and door skins and front fenders and hood on, and like created this Toyota truck that looked like a Ranchero. And then the second version of it, we ended up putting it on Rockwells and linked it and air shocks and 58-inch tall tires. And it was absolutely amazing. First time I've ever crushed a car successfully was in the Ranchota. Favorite 80s muscle car, Dodge Omni GLHS, the Shelby version of the Goes Like Hell Dodge Omni. Hands down, for now. Ooh. Can you buy the cheap Jeep when I'm done with it? Can I drop it off on my way home? Sorry. My daughter's got dibs on the cheap Jeep. If it's still in good shape when I'm done with this trip, she's totally going to be cruising it this summer, which I'm stoked with. Hopefully she ends up thinking Jeeps are cool. I'm having a hard time getting my kids interested in anything that goes on in the shop. I don't know if that's common for any of you guys or not, but it would be rad if the kids were a little more stoked on what I've got going on out here, because there's a lot going on, you know what I mean? Ooh, hot rod power tour. I would love to do that. I just need to get a vehicle that's going to work good for it. Today, I was thinking the D50 with a V8 in it would be a perfect power tour car, but I just need to like set the goal and put it on the calendar and make it happen and make sure I got money to put the right motor in it that's not going to be junk, because it's got to be able to run hard and it's got to be able to go down the highway for power tour. This guy Sean's got kids that love being in the shop. That's good. It's all about the approach with the kids. Drop some breadcrumbs. Dude, you kidding me? I got candy right there. Like, there's always snacks. There's always snacks in the shop. They come out here to rob all my snacks and then they leave. I do, however, my youngest daughter, sometimes she'll hold the camera and help me film stuff, which is cool. But they haven't been super interested in wrenching on stuff yet, or even learning welding and stuff like that. But whatever, I can do what I can do, you know. Finish the Merc and do power tour with that. That would be amazing. You're not wrong. The Merc definitely needs to get finished. It is such a rad car. I don't know if you can even see it back there, but it is a rad car. It's gonna be absolutely ridiculously low. I can't wait to like drag that thing out and start doing finishing the suspension and stuff on it. It is going to blow people's minds at how cool it is. Like, all of this stuff, it could probably all just get sold once the Mercury is a driver, because like it's gonna outcool everything in the shop. Oh, somebody from AOAA. That's awesome. Anthracite Adventure Off-Road area or something like that. It's a place in Pennsylvania that is an old coal mine that is turned into a rock crawling area, and the place is absolutely amazing. Like, for East Coast wheeling that's accessible to people, it is crazy how good the place is. All right, I think I'm gonna jam. Butter Jeep update. You're gonna have to watch the next couple of YouTube videos. Butter Jeep has been getting a ton of work done to it. I'll probably sneak out little bits here and there on what's going on social media. And the goal was to like not drive Butter Jeep until this video is finished, but I may have to break it up into 2 videos because there's a ton of work involved, and that thing's gonna be great. That thing's gonna be fun. It's a cool little Jeep. It's gonna be insane with real horsepower, and hopefully it's still fun and reliable and nimble and does everything it used to do well, and just does it a little bit better now. But I'm gonna jam, and we will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching the Dirthead Shed. Thanks for following me on the socials and stuff. Thank you 600 and something people that showed up tonight for my first live stream that like is a total disaster, or it was, and then it got awesome. You guys are the bomb. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.